There's a very interesting article in the New Statesman today which lays the blame of the Hamas attack. It doesn't absolve the Hamas organization, which it condemns very clearly, but it sees the Hamas attack not in terms of a response to the settlers storming the Al-Aqsa Mosque or the Israeli-Saudi dialogue or the possibility that Biden paid Iran money, but the failure of Israel to properly protect itself and to guard against attack. It was complacent. Israel was wrong to think that Hamas could be so easily contained, so easily circumvented. Hamas, like all terrorist organizations, is constantly reinventing itself, and that is the problem. What else do they do in their blockaded area except for think of new ways to attack? Their raison d'etre is about attacking, and that may be a shocking conclusion. And the problem is, even if as the article goes on to say, the 1973 war was a prelude to diplomacy. Yes, it was. And it was a prelude to diplomacy with other countries, with Anwar Sadat, certainly, with Jordan, certainly. But with whom in the Palestinian organization when a significant part of Palestine is occupied by a terrorist group, Hamas? And it is extraordinary. Netanyahu was on the cusp, we're told, of an agreement with Saudi Arabia. The Saudi Crown Prince, not somebody we like, but the Saudi Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman, confirmed that every day we get closer, and yet this situation, it's almost as if Hamas was determined to stop any form of peace in the area because it doesn't suit its purpose, because its purpose, Hamas's purpose, is disruption, is war. Maybe they felt they were being abandoned by the Arab governments. But maybe indeed there is that confrontation between Saudi Arabia and Iran that Iran is taking advantage of. But it's I think the Hamas situation is something that cannot be tolerated. No country could tolerate a terrorist organization on its borders, invading its borders. The level of planning, the audacity. This is something which is not an immediate response to events in the last few days, in the last few weeks. This is something that has been orchestrated and planned for months, if not years. And Israel has been caught by surprise, and that should never have happened. It has been complacent. And the backlash will be grim. I think I think I think we can hardly imagine at the moment the depth of this backlash, because the the current situation cannot continue. And I think Netanyahu recognizes that, even if he also recognizes that he has to bring the entire country along with him if he's going to be involved in a protracted war. He also has to bring the international community with him, and I think the first thing that he should be thinking of, as this resolves itself, is rethinking the settler situation. And that will be a difficult one, because many of the settlers have a religious commitment to never conceding ground which has been taken back, which they believe has been taken back, never conceding that ground. I think that needs to be corrected, and I think the most useful thing that can be done is for some serious rabbis to sit down and work out if there's a way round that, because without bringing the religious communities along with the secular forces, this is not going to be resolved effectively. Beyond that, the Hamas government in Gaza needs to go. But I think we may see the Netanyahu government fall in some form. We may see it's this is not going to be like dealing with the Second Intifada. And I don't think the solution is going to be the solution that Ariel Sharon devised, which was basically to build a fence, a great big beautiful wall. I think there's going to have to be a much more effective solution, which will have to go beyond a military solution. It will need to be a political solution, and it needs to be thought through by the international community. The international community needs to be there to support and to ensure that a lasting peace is possible. I cannot see that the hostages can possibly be released through a military operation. I can see that Egypt could possibly help, and Israel has already asked Egypt to help to mediate. And Egypt has already been mediating for other issues since 2021. And I think at the same time there's going to have to be serious investment into Gaza by the international community, by Israel, once this fighting is over. And if Hamas is effectively weakened or broken, that will make the future significantly easier to negotiate. But I think that is unlikely. Hamas has had many years to bed in.